Hi, this is Patrick, and so today we're going to talk about your taxes if you live and work outside the country. And if you don't know me, I have a tax business working in Chapala, Mexico, where I help expats fulfill their tax obligations to the U.S., those who have either citizenship in the U.S. or holders of green cards, which are also required to file U.S. taxes. If you're in doubt as to whether you're required to file U.S. taxes, right here in the American passport on the last page, it now spells it out. It says all U.S. citizens working and residing abroad are required to file and report on their worldwide income. So let's talk about worldwide income and some of the misconceptions that people have when they are working abroad. First of all, the common assumption is that because there's a foreign income, earned income exclusion of $100,800, that people who work abroad are not required to file their taxes. Now, there is an exclusion for earned income, and by earned income, I mean money that is earned for work done in a foreign country. However, to exclude that income, the only way to do it is by filing a tax return. If you don't file a tax return, the IRS can later come back and disallow the exclusion for the income and tax you fully on the income as if it were earned in the US. So what are the filing limits? If you're working abroad and your total income for a single person is $10,300 or less during the year, just as it is a person who is living and working in the US, you would not be required to file an income tax return. If you're married, that would be $20,600. However, keep in mind that if you have withholding from your employer, that you may need to file a tax return anyway, just so you can get the money that the employer has withheld from your check back, because you probably will not owe any tax at that point. So let's move on and talk about what are the two types of employment that people encounter when they're working abroad. One type is when a person is actually an employee of the company. How do you know you're an employee? Well, if you're an employee, then the employer withholds federal income tax, and they also hold Social Security tax. The Social Security tax is 6.2% of your income, and the Medicare tax is 1.45%. So your total withholding for Social Security and Medicare comes to 7.65% of your income, and the employer pays an equal share so that you don't have to. This is considered being an employee, and on this, your Social Security tax is already taken out, and you owe nothing more at the end of the year. You can claim the foreign income exclusion, and if your income is under $100,000, then you would owe no federal income tax, and your Social Security tax would be paid. Now, the other, and a very common situation, is where you're working as a contractor. And as a contractor, you are not an employee, you're considered an independent contractor, and therefore you, the person, are responsible for paying your full Social Security tax. This means that the person who is contracting with you to do the work withholds nothing from your salary. You get the full amount. But at the end of the year, when you file your U.S. tax return, you're going to owe 15.3% of your profit in taxes. This is not federal income tax. This is Social Security tax, and this cannot be excluded under the foreign income exclusion. So I hope that has helped answer some of the questions regarding working abroad when a U.S. citizen or resident, and thank you for attending.